everybody. Deer season is over. It's January the 6th. We got the heritage season coming up. But rifle season's over. I'm here working on the last rifle hunt that Jerod did down on his farm. He hunted on Sunday, the day after we got back. And I'm piecing it together now. And then he hunted 2 or 3 days of what was left of the West Virginia postseason down on his farm. So there'll be that video coming out. But it was a tough year. Mast hit everywhere. A lot of the state, a lot of different counties was affected by EHD. We do know up in Greenbrier County where we hunt, it wasn't that bad because we talked to the DNR biologist while we was there on Tuesday, and he said it didn't hit up there where we hunt. But he did say it was covered up in mast. There was mast everywhere, and we did see that. So it made it rough to hunt because the deer didn't have to get up and move from their bedding areas very far at all. Now, if a buck was after a doe, bumping a doe, yeah, they might be moving around. We know the deer are there. We've got trail cameras out. We had pictures of them. We know they're there. It's just that week, you know, Jerod seen 6. He seen the 4 does. He knew positively they were does. And then he seen 2 more, heads down, tails up, trailing behind those 4 does. And we assumed those were bucks. But, yeah, it was a rough year. We had a good time. Had an issue with his slide again. Don't know what the deal is with that. And, because it worked fine for him where they went camping around Labor Day weekend. So, but thank God that he was watching over us, because we got home that Saturday. Jerod had to go to work the next week, and he went to work. And I can't remember. I think he worked all that week. The following Monday he went to work, and when he pulled in his driveway, his upper ball joint on the driver's side come out of the upper control arm as he was pulling into his driveway. And I went and helped him change the upper control arm on that side, and then a week later we changed the upper control arm on the other side. But could you imagine pulling that camper 90 miles and on the interstate doing 65, 70, and that would have happened? The good Lord was watching over us. Had a viewer ask why we take 2 trucks. And right there's a prime example. I mean, if one breaks down, then you got the other one. Of course, I was hauling my 4-wheeler trailer with firewood on it. Jerod was pulling the camper with his truck. But we've done that now for the past 4 years, taking 2 vehicles. I believe we may have been doing it the past 5 years. When we had the campground, we didn't have to pull a camper. We always just took 1 truck, sometimes 2, but most time just 1 truck. But with pulling a camper that far, you never know when your vehicle's going to break down, or if something happened to the camper, tire goes out, whatever. If you only have the 1 truck, then you're going to have to unhook it, go somewhere to get parts for your camper, come back. So that's the reason why we take 2 trucks. And we keep in constant communication. We have CB radios in the truck, and which I know you all have seen and heard. But it was a great time at deer camp. We had those icy, Monday, Friday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday were great days. Had some good food. Jerod zeroed in his rifle, and or checked the zero. I had already checked mine, and of course we both have new scopes on those rifles. Bushnell Banner Circle X. I have that on my 700 BDL. Great scope. Don't care what anybody else says. Great scope. Never has failed me. And that Monday was a good day. Tuesday, of course, ice storm. Everything was covered in ice, anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch of ice, tree limbs down. We didn't go out that morning. That's when we were visited by the DNR officers and then the DNR biologist. We talked to him. I can't remember their names. I'm sorry. I know the biologist said his dad watched our videos. I don't know if he did for sure. He just kept telling me his dad watched our videos. And then that evening, Tuesday evening, of course, we went out and hunted. Down low, this ice had melted. And then on Wednesday, we go up the mountain, and there's a 500-foot elevation difference. And as we started, got about halfway up the mountain, driving up to our place to park, we noticed ice. So we knew we were committed. We were going to have to, if we wanted to hunt, we had to go. So you've seen us walking up the mountain and all that ice. With that Tuesday night, the wind got cold, and the temperatures dropped. So on Wednesday or Thursday, we decided not to go back up because we know that had just refrozen because it never melted up there that day. It was dripping, but it never melted. So we hunted down low. That's on Thursday. That's when Jerod seen those does, and then the other 2 deer we assumed were bucks. And then the Friday hunt, of course, we woke up Friday morning, dark 30, and it was pouring the snow. You've seen the video. Loved it, loved it. I wish it had snowed on Tuesday instead of ice storm, but it snowed. We went out and hunted. I found deer tracks. I seen where they'd been feeding just as the snow was coming down or whatever, because the leaves was kicked up in the snow, and even though the leaves were kicked up, it had some snow on it, light snow. So we knew that early morning, probably at dark 30, they were out there eating. And then we hunted that whole day, and then Saturday we got up, packed things up, got ready to leave. We had a good time Friday night. We knew that was our last night. We had campfire, listened to Jerod's music, and great time. And then I do apologize. We didn't do any muzzleloader hunting at all. Of course, I'm retired now. I could have went all week, and I didn't. Too many things going on. Getting life insurance policies, accident insurance policies, all that changed over to where I'm making those payments. And then, since I'm retired now, and then I did get my Class XS license, senior license. When the youth hunt come around after Christmas, I could have went on that. I didn't. I had to do some repairs to my furnace. And if my good buddy Phil's watching, he knows what I mean. I had to change the sequencer and replace a wire between the heating element and the sequencer. And then the last few days is the days Jerod bow hunted over on his property. I could have went and bought my Class N stamp, went over on the hunting lease and doe hunted, but I didn't. So I do apologize. But hopefully this next coming seasons, we've got turkey season coming up. We're still in squirrel season, small game season right now. I might get out. But we got turkey season coming up, and then we'll go through the summer. Might get some fishing in maybe now that I'm retired. And bow season will be back in. So, and then deer camp again. So hopefully this year's videos will be a lot more outdoors. We do have a couple reviews coming up. And I just want to give everybody a recap. I mean, it was a great season. We only got to bow hunt twice this year. Jobs and stuff, things just happened. We couldn't get out. Not like we used to. So But hopefully that'll change this year, 2026. So with that, as we're fond of saying, see you in the woods, and y'all just wait for the next coming videos. Stay tuned to J&J True Outdoor Adventures. We appreciate and love every one of you for watching and support the channel. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year to everyone. Raise your voice to the